Hello friends, today we are preparing the fourth video on accounting equation, and this is one of the advanced problem. So you will feel that this is a bit difficult from the previous videos. No, and here there is one change also. No doubt there were 4 columns earlier and 4 columns now, but instead of serial number we have taken the column for date, because we are given transactions date wise. Because date wise transactions are given, so instead of serial number we have taken the date column. Now the first item, balances brought forward from the previous year. We are given cash balance, we are given stock balance, we are given debtors balance, and we are given a liability balance, bank loan as one of the liabilities. 2,40,000 is given on this side and 50,000 is given on the other side. Capital is not given to us. So capital will be the balancing figure. Assets minus liabilities. Assets minus liabilities will be our capital. So capital will be 1,90,000. So assets 2,40,000 minus liability 50,000. Our capital will be 1,90,000. So this is our first equation, where cash is 99,000, 61,000 is the stock, 80,000 are the debtors, and capital which we had calculated as a balancing figure, and 50,000 is our liabilities, which is the bank loan. So this is our first equation. Second, paid bank loan including 10% interest, rupees 22,000. This 22,000 includes bank loan as well as interest, the principal amount as well as the interest. So interest figure is included in this, and we have to segregate between the interest item and the principal amount. For example, principal amount is suppose 100. Interest is 10% of principal amount. That means we are paying the total amount 110 including interest. If 110 is the total amount, principal amount is 100, and if total amount paid is 22,000, how much the principal amount would be? So principal amount here comes out to be rupees 20,000. You can calculate the principal amount here, or you can calculate the interest here. One figure once you calculate, second you will get as a balancing figure, because total amount is known to us. If the total amount is known to us, principal amount is deducted, you get the interest figure. If interest is deducted, you get the principal amount. So this is how we will segregate the principal amount from the interest aspect. So here 22,000 cash is being paid, and our cash will reduce by 22,000, and our liability towards the bank will reduce by 2,000, and our capital because of interest will reduce by 2,000. So new equation will be 77,000 cash, 61,000 stock, and 80,000 debtors, and on the other side 1,88,000 as capital and 30,000 as liability. So 2,18,000 on this side and 2,18,000 on this side. Now the next item, April 25th, sold goods costing rupees 25,000 at a loss of 25%. At a loss of 25%, But 25% of what? 25% on sale. On sale. To Rekha. To Rekha means on credit. So on credit we are selling the goods costing rupees 25,000. So costing 25,000 we are selling, our stock will reduce by 25,000. Stock will reduce by 25,000. So at a loss of 25% on sale, if we had already discussed that if profit or loss is given in percentage, we change it into fraction for the purpose of simplicity. So if cost is 100 and our cost is given, so cost need not be assumed. We need to assume the sale price. Sale price to be 100, loss 25. It means cost will be 125. So goods costing 125 sold at a loss of 25 rupees at 100 rupees. So we assumed sale as 100. So if cost is 125, sale price is 100, and if cost is 25,000, our sale price will be 100 upon 125 into 25,000. So it will be 20,000. So sale price will be 20,000. Cost is 25,000. Sale price is 20,000. It means there is a loss of 5,000 rupees. Loss of 5,000 rupees. This 5,000 loss we can calculate by a shortcut method also. We are given 25% loss on sale. 25% means 25 by 100. That means 1/4 of sale. If it is 1/4 of sale, in case of profit, this fraction is 1 less. It will be 1/3. But in case of loss, it will be 1 next. It will be 1/5 of cost. I am repeating. If it is a profit and it is 1/4 of sale, it will be 1/3 of cost. But in case of loss, if it is 1/4 of sale, it will be 1/5 of cost. 1 next. So cost was given to us 25,000. 1/5 of that comes out to be 5,000. That is our loss. That we can straightway calculate by a shortcut method. So 5,000 was the loss, and because we sold the goods on credit, hence our debtors will increase by 20,000 with the sale price. The new equation will be 77,000 cash, 36,000 will be our stock, 1 lakh will be the debtors, and 1,83,000 will be the capital, and 30,000 will be our liability. So 2,13,000 on this side and 2,13,000 on this side. Next item, May 12th, machinery purchased for rupees 30,000. Installation charges, fixing charges. In order to fix the machinery, in order to install the machinery, we paid rupees 1,000 to the concerned person. The total amount paid is 31,000. So our 31,000 cash will decrease, and our new asset, machinery, will come into picture. So machinery purchased for 30,000, it will increase by 30,000. But what about this installation charges? Is it a revenue expenditure or a capital expenditure? You should keep in mind here, from capital we deduct only and only expenditures or losses of revenue nature, not the expenses of capital nature. not the expenses of capital nature. This is the expense of capital nature, non-recurring nature. Non-recurring nature expenditure is not deducted from the capital. And one thing more I may stress, whenever we purchase some fixed asset, any expense incurred since its purchase till it's used, till it is put into use, all the expenses will be included in the cost of the asset. Whether these are cartage, freight, installation charges, whatsoever charges, before you put the asset into use, all expenses incurred will be included in the cost of the asset. It means our asset will be treated for 31,000. So these expenses will not be deducted from capital because these are not of revenue nature. Had this been of revenue nature, we would have deducted from here. But because these are of capital nature and this is a capital nature, both will be combined. We will call that our machinery, including expenses we purchased for 31,000. So our new equation will be 46,000 cash, stock 36,000, 1 lakh will be our debtors, 31,000 will be our machinery, and 1,83,000 will be our capital, and 30,000 will be our liabilities, 2,13,000 and 2,13,000 on this side. Now May 26th, Rekha, to whom we had sold the goods at 25% loss. Rekha returned goods costing rupees 5,000. Costing rupees 5,000. It means our stock will increase by 5,000 because this is the cost. Stock increases or decreases with cost only, not with the sale price. Not with the sale price. Cost. So stock is at cost. So with cost, when sold, it is decreased at cost. When purchased, it is increased at cost. So costing 5,000 are returned by the customer to us. Hence our stock will increase by 5,000. And these, what is the sale price of this? What is the sale price of this? Because debtors are to be reduced with the sale price. With the sale price. And whatsoever the profit we have, profit or loss we have earned or suffered, the same profit or loss is to be cancelled from the capital also. And here we can calculate by applying the unitary method also. If our cost was 25,000, the sale price was 20,000, and if our cost is 5,000 of the goods returned, so what is its selling price? What is its selling price? Its selling price is 4,000 rupees. So debtors will be reduced by 4,000. So debtors will be reduced by 4,000. 4,000. So 1,000 loss which we had suffered, that loss will be cancelled here, which will be 1,000. So our 1,84,000 is our capital, 30,000 are our liabilities, 46,000 cash, 41,000 are stock, 96,000 will be our debtors, and 31,000 will be our machinery. Okay, so 46 plus 41 plus 96 plus 31, 2,14,000 on this side and 2,14,000 on this side. Okay. Next point, goods purchased for rupees 19,000. cart is paid rupees 1000. When any expense is incurred at the time of purchasing the fixed asset, that is included in the cost. That is included in the cost. But when goods are purchased, it is not included in the cost. This is expenditure of revenue nature. This is expenditure of recurring nature. This will be deducted from the capital. For the purpose of distinction, I have taken these two transactions. When asset is purchased, when fixed asset is purchased, expense is included in the cost of the asset. When goods are purchased, expense is not included in the cost of the asset. Hence, goods purchased for 19,000 and cart is paid. That means total 20,000 cash. 20,000 cash we have paid, and our stock will increase by 19,000 and our capital will decrease by 1,000. So cart is paid will decrease our capital by 1,000. So our new equation will be cash will be 26,000 plus 60,000 will be our stock, 96,000 will be our debtors, and 31,000 will be our machinery. And on this side, 1,83,000 plus 30,000. So 2,13,000 on this side and 2,13,000 on this side. Last transaction, June 21st, the longest day of the year. Monthly rent of rupees 20,000 was paid after deducting 10% discount. Monthly rent was 20,000, but we paid after deducting 2,000 tax, which we otherwise call as TDS, tax deducted at the source, tax deducted from the income of the person to whom you are paying the rent. We deducted the tax. This is as per the income tax laws, that we deduct the tax sometime. So monthly rent is 20,000. Rent is 20,000. So that means our capital will decrease by 20,000. And we have paid 18,000 cash. We have paid 18,000 cash after deducting 2,000 as tax. Okay, cash we have paid 18,000, and the amount of tax which we have deducted, this is a new point. This is our liability towards the government. We have to pay this tax to the government. We are deducting on behalf of the government. We have collected on behalf of the government. Hence, this tax is payable to the government. Hence, this is our one of the liability. It means our final equation will be 8,000 will be cash, 60,000 will be our stock, 96,000 will be our debtors, 31,000 will be our machinery, and 1,63,000 will be the capital, and 32,000 will be the liability. Okay, so 1,95,000 capital and liabilities, and 1,95,000 will be our assets. So this is our final equation. So this was the advanced problem taken up for you people. So if you really like this, so I would like to request you to subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed so far. Thank you very much.